It is April 18th, 2011, and this is the SC Center. Welcome to the SC Center. I'm JP McDaniel and Patrick O'Neill over there chuckling. What are you laughing at, Patrick?
I'm laughing at Peanut Cracker. I was looking through our notes. I am Nut. I
am Nuts. His name is Nuts, not Nuts.
Sorry.
And,
wow, that's why I was laughing.
Yeah, Code A last night. Let's just jump straight into it. What a way to lead off to that. Where's the GSL? There we go. Moletrap making his debut. You can see him. That's actually what he looks like sitting in the chair next to Doa. I thought, first off, before we jump into the games, I thought Moletrap did a fine job last night. Did you happen to catch those games?
I did. Yeah, I thought Moletrap and Doa were very good. I'm sure someone out there wants to lynch and murder them, but I thought they did well, and I know that there was a big Reddit thread congratulating Moletrap on his move to GSL. So, good times all around. The way the games went down were MMA took out Top Class really quickly, really convincingly. In fact, the first two games were really quick and convincing. Hyperdub then took out Line 2-0, both of those series 2-0. Gonzi went down to our hero, Protoss I Am Nuts, 2-1 after a failed 4-gate loss.
That series, I would say that is series of the night. Code A, it's Code A. Why should he watch it? Well, because a lot of these players, like MMA, like Hyperdub, are supposed to be in Code S. So, they're good players if you want to see good play. You kind of shunned over the first game. I thought Game 2, MMA Top Class, was pretty competitive. Game 1, not so much. Hyperdub and Line, don't know how Line got in there. That was pretty bad. Game 3, though, game of the day, what do you think about that, about Terminus, the Terminus map? That was like a 46-minute game or something?
It was a long one. It was a good one. Also what I was chuckling at before, not to go over the games, but Peanut Cracker beat Drughead to get into Code A. What are these Koreans thinking with their IDs is what I want to know.
I don't know.
I just don't understand it.
I was good. Well,
it was like, what?
I was trying to find my sunglasses because I was going to be like, he is, and then put on my sunglasses and say nuts, but I don't know where they're at, so we'll just have to do that again another day.
Well, anyway, yeah, Bomber took out Jejun 2-1. Overall, I mean, you're talking about why watch Code A. It's true that there are occasionally the quick and sort of 2-0s, but even when there are the 2-0s, you do get to see the good players who you're going to have to watch out for going on. And of course, MMA and Hyperdub are two players that you got to watch out for. I mean, people have known about MMA for a while and are looking for him to do big things.
Also, Game 4, you cheesy bastard, Jun. Did you watch that entire series?
I did not. No.
Every single game was a one base all in. The first game, he does this Marauder SUV bit by bit type rush. The second game, he does a Thor proxy Thor rush, and it actually works because he brings almost all of his SCVs. The third game, he does this weird like proxy racks, proxy factory with siege tank with a bunker outside. Then it just becomes this really weird standoff. It was actually a terrible, terrible series to watch. Bomber is a better Terran player though, so he was able to hold off all that all base or one base all in. Oh, maybe I'll just start calling it all base. That makes sense. Let's move on to NASL. We'll go over the results, then we'll talk about the actual league first. NASL Day 4, this happened on Saturday night. We had Select taking out Hasuubs 2-0, Cats taking out Goody in what I would call an upset 2-0. Ace taking out Rhett in a PVZ, so that pretty much describes that series. Install Life beating Machine 2-1. Then last night we had Idra taking out Sock 2-1, so good job on Idra. I think Sock beat him. Didn't he at MLG Dallas? Is that correct? Do you remember?
Yes. I think you're right.
Okay. We had Tyler. Well, you could see the results. Tyler.
Team Liquid, man.
Cloud ended up winning Game 3, but let's talk about Game 2 and 1 first. Let's not pull an NASL and just skip to right to Game 3.
Ooh.
Cloud taking that 2-1 over Pain User. Xenio beating out Sin 2-0, and Drewby losing to Boxer. And I would probably say the game of the night last night, 2-1. Now, NASL, let me just start by saying none of this would actually be criticizable, if I can make up words for a second. Able to be criticized is what I'm trying to say, if Jeff didn't hype the thing so much. But because Jeff put it up so high on a pedestal, every little thing about the NASL is getting critiqued. And the fact that last night they showed Game 3 before 2-1 in the Pain User Cloud series was pretty terrible. They interrupted the Game 3, just cut it in the middle of that, skipped to the next series, came back to it. I think the Axelov match was spoiled last week or something like that. The NASL needs work. I think everyone understands that. And for the first week, they definitely had their problems. I'm hoping that a lot of stuff will get fixed. I know Jeff has been posting he's very sorry, but I just couldn't get over last night the fact that Game 3 was showed. And then, did you watch the NASL last night?
I didn't know.
They had, are you aware of the when cheese fails or something like that?
Oh, yeah, I know what happened, yeah.
So, that was, I'm not sure why that's on the NASL, why that's being broadcasted as a break. It wasn't that funny, I didn't think. It didn't really fit the professional type scene or anything like that. But NASL, you've got some work, and I think they're obviously going to be working at it. I know everyone's trying real hard over there to make everything work out. But what are your thoughts on the NASL first week, Patrick?
I mean, I think you're pretty much nailing it. Jeff came in, calling this with no exaggeration on my part. He called it the most important announcement in Western esports history. And when you do things like that, when you hype it up, and when you go into a league with hundreds of thousands of dollars in prize money, but next to no money spent on production, what do they have, a crew of 5 people, including the casters? Like that shows that it's about flash rather than substance to some extent. And so I think you're right, and I think that they clearly have to put more money into actually serving up a good product rather than just saying, look at this prize pool, it's insane. But I hope, I don't really know these guys all that well, but from what I've talked to them, they're great guys, so I have all the hope in the world that they're going to be able to turn it around. But it's no surprise that they're getting all this criticism, and the people who are saying, oh, why is everyone jumping on NASL's back? It's because they came into this arrogantly. That's one way to put it. If you want to say anything else about it, go for it.
No, I think we've said all that's been. I do want to comment on the idiot. You're an idiot in the chat. I thought Jeff and JP were friends. Nope. Because of the NASL, I no longer want to be friends with Jeff. that sounds about right, you freaking idiot. Let's move on to TSL, which happened on Saturday and Sunday. We had on day 1, which happened on Saturday, we had Boxer beating out Sin 3-2, and Moro beating out... Hasselhoff's beating out Moro 3-2 as well. Sin Boxer was pretty good. Did you happen to catch those 2 series?
No, man. I had a bad weekend. I did not watch nearly enough Starcraft.
Sin Boxer's good. I definitely say watch that. It was very competitive games. Yeah, I didn't catch the second series yet. I still got to catch up on that. There's so much Starcraft to watch. Yesterday we had Naniwa taking out Goody. I don't think that's at all a surprise because Naniwa's a good player. And then Cruncher taking out Mondragon.